Esquire is a young athlete that made his IWC debut in Clearfield, Pennsylvania. Encountered an unfortunate injury in his matchup with late night Nicky Valentino, who I was privileged enough to be joined by a few nights ago at the Night of Legends. That was an experience. But regardless, Will Esquire looking to redeem himself from Clearfield in one-on-one competition. And this is a great young athlete out of the Cleveland area, and has impressed a lot of people, turned a lot of heads to get this return opportunity against one of IWC's homegrown youngsters out of our training school, the ICWA Iron City Wrestling Academy.
Joe, I've had the privilege of calling a lot of Will Esquire's matches. I mean, the kid's a blue chipper. He's impressed me a lot. Every time he gets in the ring, I see something new out of him. And tonight, he told me he's going to bring out something different. So I'm looking forward to see what he's going to do.
Well, so am I. Pedro DeLuca now with the introduction of the opponent. Tyler Stone's another guy trying to gain traction here in IWC. He's been sidetracked, he's been detoured over the past couple of months because he's been a victim of the Founding Fathers. The Founding Fathers don't want any spotlight on the young guys. They don't want any spotlight on the guys that have busted their rear ends to make it to this roster, or busted their rear ends to make it to an upper echelon. And as a result, Stone's been the receiving end of a lot of gang assaults. He hasn't had a lot of one-on-one opportunities to showcase himself, but two young men with a lot of hunger and a lot of heart. That's what I'm looking forward to in this athletic contest.
Now, Joe, Ken, you alluded to it just now. Tyler Stone, when you talk about heart, guts, and intensity, this man has it. And the more that he's been put down, each week that he comes out here, he delivers more intensity, and it's not slowing him down at all.
And Stone's just a guy that's been just overwhelmed. I mean, look at Dennis Gregory, 5-time IWC champion. Jimmy Vegas, who was the first ever 2-time IWC champion. John McChesney, the current champion. Dean Radford, who's always intimidating. And Bubba the Bulldog as the mastermind. If you're Tyler Stone and you're looking at those odds, you're looking across from the ring at almost a dozen IWC world titles in those men's careers, it's almost hopeless. You hate to say it, but he's just not at that level yet, but he will be very, very soon if he keeps working as hard as he has thus far.
You know, guys, a few years down the road, these could be future Super Indy guys, Super Indy winners.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's how great the future is for both of these guys.
Well, I'll never forget in 2004 calling the debuts of Jason Gorey and Shima Zion, and look at the heights they've risen to. Not to put the pressure on these gentlemen to reach that pedestal, which is a 1 in a million shot for anybody in this industry. But again, they've impressed Chuck Roberts, and as hard as it is to do, even though he won't admit it, they had to have impressed Bubba the Bulldog as well because, well, they're in this ring competing.
And these two men are just two of the examples of some of the young talent that the IWC is carrying today, and that's one of the things that makes this organization as exciting as it is.
Well, don't let Bubba the Bulldog hear you say that, but I certainly agree with that. As Stone, with the side headlock takeover, Esquire has to watch his own shoulders. This could be turned to a pinning combination, or adversely so, a combination on Stone for a moment. A great job the ICWA has done in instilling great tacticianship, if that is a word, on both of these young athletes.
I'll take it. I got the dictionary here, and yes, there it is.
All right. Esquire with a wrist lock. Stone has to maintain his vertical base, or else the leverage will be firmly in favor of Esquire. Both these men are similarly built in height and stature. And a lot of respect for Tyler Stone as he's gotten the better of Esquire in the opening moments.
Esquire very very smart there, buying some time, causing some distraction with the crowd. He was able to catch his win, and we basically got a fresh start here.
Very true, but what kind of distraction is Bubba the Bulldog going to cause later tonight when he is the inside the ring referee officially now in our 6-man tag main event? Jimmy DeMarco's been demoted to the outside. Again, Bubba the Bulldog and Chuck Roberts. It seems whenever there's a live event, when the both of them are in attendance, it always turns into a giant power struggle, and really nobody's on the winning end. Esquire hits a beautiful drop kick, picture perfect. I don't know about you, Mr. Plummer, but I'm also looking forward to our women's action here a little bit later tonight. Lorelei Lee makes her return against Mia Yim.
I'm very excited for that match. Now, these aren't divas. They're not out here to look good, although they do.
Yeah.
You're going to see some true wrestling action when these two women get into the ring later on tonight.
Snapmare by Esquire. And just like we talked about in the last matchup, a win here catapults your career. The loser, maybe back to the drawing board, maybe a few months before we see him. It's all about momentum. It's all about building your portfolio in the early going of your career. Up to the clothesline, second time. And Esquire connects with a high leg lariat.
He didn't duck that one.
Not in the least. Too bad enough. And Esquire was so light on his feet in that exchange to connect with Tyler Stone. You didn't see Esquire brace himself. You didn't see him advertise the maneuver. It was one felt motion. And that's why it was executed perfectly. Perfect.
This may be a mistake by Esquire. Taunting the referee, giving Tyler Stone time to recuperate. I could be wrong on it.
Who in the world are these referees anyway? That's another story.
That is Ronnie Starks.
Okay. Where's Bobby Williams? I'm wondering. I think Jim Cornette may have gotten to him after that Legends match last weekend. I'm not sure. Series of knife edges by Esquire. We're up here in the bleachers, but we can hear that clear as day.
I can feel that.
Stone responds in kind. Second time.
Gives the fans what they want. They asked for one more, and that's exactly what they got.
I think Esquire would disagree. But we're seeing great fight out of Tyler Stone, great fire out of Stone that he hasn't had the opportunity to showcase in the past. Again, that agility of Esquire. Esquire came up just short, but the collision still paid off. Esquire was aiming high, connected low, and really, that could have accidentally paid off better for him as he connected with Stone right around the knee area.
Goes right back to the side headlock, wearing his man down.
You control the head, you control the body, as Gordon Soley said so many occasions. Stone having trouble just getting to his feet and staying there. But Esquire pressing the advantage, staying on top of his man, not giving Stone any chance for breathing. Head of steam. Well, smart maneuver to get that extra burst of momentum from the second turnbuckle, but just took too long to get there.
Tyler Stone setting up for something big here.
Stone going Northern Lights, has a bridge, shoulders down, did it!
And that heart, those guts, and that intensity of Tyler Stone propelling him to victory right here tonight.
Now, Mr. Cole, you got to give Tyler Stone credit. You got to admit and agree that for the likes of Bubba the Bulldog and company, to use this guy as a pushover, a whipping boy, a stepping stone, is certainly very, very wrong. This kid can go.
Let's not go that far. That was Will Esquire. That wasn't Bubba the Bulldog. That wasn't Danny Gregory. That wasn't Dean Radford. That was a kid with a year in the business.
But a great start. The question is, can he build? Can he continue climbing up that mountain? Will one day Tyler Stone be good enough to stand up to the founding fathers and, dare I say, defeat them?